What's up, y'all? I'm gonna be doing a recap of today, July 29th, Tuesday. Just be going over my candlestick chart, footprint chart, and also the book maps. I took a short at 31, ended up going all the way down to the 6400s. Actually got stopped out, break even on this trade. I'm gonna review today, basically things that I've seen. Hopefully, it'll help you guys. But yeah, there are some things that I want to share that I feel like would really just sharpen up my own knowledge, and hopefully you guys could take, one or two things from me at the very least. Straight into it. So on the candlestick chart, this is today's price. Obviously, we have the all-time highs here. We actually filled in this gap here from the Sunday open. So we filled it in, and then we opened up around the 64.36s, around this price. 64.40s, and as you can see, we made a lower high. So, and on this 30-minute chart, I seen Monday's high right here. We're making lower structure, and we're coming up and sweeping this high, but we're failing to sustain above this high. So as long as we stay below Monday's high, I really don't see the market pushing higher. If we were to get above Monday's high, see signs of buying, I would obviously expect this 4-hour supply level, then the all-time high to be traded. But until this high is taken out and broken above with some aggressive buying, and we hold above it, I'm really not bullish at all. And this is something that I didn't see while the session was going on, just because of my lack of preparation. Yeah, like staying under Monday's high was pretty much a bearish thing for me. And I noticed, if I go to the 5-minute chart, I noticed on open we broke below the pre-market low here, and we had a pretty strong drop on this pre-market low. Seen some large selling on this drop. So when this had happened and we pulled back to test the large selling from the drop off of open, there's really nothing stopping price until this basing period here. Right now that I'm looking at it, we taken out this liquidity area, this trend line liquidity, right? So shorts do look good because we're still under Monday's high, right? Number one, we have this trend line liquidity that's getting hit, breaking structure to the downside. As you can see, even here, we're breaking structure to the downside. We're staying below this tight range here, short of the 31s here. Obviously, it looks good in hindsight now, but when I go over it in real time, it'll look a lot better. But as you can see, we bled down all the way to this basing consolidation area here, right, where I would expect buyers to show up, but they didn't. But this is a nice short if you caught it today. But I'm gonna be going over the order flow. You guys what I seen on the order flow to basically get me to trigger these shorts. So as you can see, we broke below in the morning. We had the news at 10. After the news at 10, I literally just sat here and watched for 30 minutes for this volume here just to get built up constantly. And I seen the 500 delta step in, and we kept hitting this large sell volume, but we couldn't move past the 33s and 34s. So when we dropped back down, I seen the large selling, the negative 433 delta step in. I triggered a short here at 31 with my stop above at 34. And we dropped down below, we came back up, and that's where I kind of got out. I got psyched out of my trade. But as you can see, price just continued to bleed down. We broke below, we had a P shape a little after open at 938. We dropped down, broke the level, came back up, dropped below again, and right when we dropped below, we had a large positive delta, a lot of buy volume, but we just couldn't move higher. So that was point number one. Point number two was we also had a large negative delta step in, so we had a large seller step into the market. Number three, this sell volume here was defending price. And number four, we had illiquidity here when price popped up and went quickly back down. with this little volume tail. So we had a lot of confluences on the footprint chart alone. This is what it looked like, and you can see price just dumped right down to my level. But that's basically what I've seen on the footprint charts. I just seen this P shape here, the break of the pre-market lows. This is on top of all the candlestick analysis that I had with a lower high getting put in, the inability to stay above Monday's high, so the sweep of Monday's high, the break of structure to the downside below, and staying below the pre-market lows, right? Staying below the break of structure, and on that retest of the break of structure, ton of buying with no follow through up, large selling stepping in, large selling defending price, and illiquidity on the pullback, right? So that's kind of what I've seen here on the footprint chart. Now on book maps, I seen a similar thing. So we seen the drop here, right? We see the large selling here, this basing period area here on this drop. See that drop, base, drop. You see we retested it and we're respecting it the entire time. Now, basically I seen all this buying stepping into the market here, but we just couldn't break above, right? And yes, looking at it now, we put in lower highs constantly, but also like watching this in real time, it was literally just chopping back and forth. So I actually made a checklist, like a rubric for my setups, so I'll go over that after as well. But today's trade, I would say, was probably like 7, 8 out of 10, around there. So it was a pretty good trade. It's just the market condition wasn't ideal. Not only that, but all this buying here, we dropped lower, we pop back up. On this pop back up, we seen all this buy volume step into the market again. Failure to move higher, drop, retested this perfectly. This could have been a re-entry, and it would have been a good trade to the downside. But to keep it simple, that's literally all I seen on book maps. It was just a drop, base drop, respect. When we were testing this basing period on this drop, there was just a lot of buying here. So I was seeing this simultaneously with the footprints. So that was kind of my analysis for today. I just got out because price was just chopping back and forth too much. It just wasn't worth it for me to stay in this trade. But that's basically what I seen today in today's market. Obviously, it would have worked out well looking back now, but I believe there are a ton of confluences that I seen on this trade, so it was a pretty good one. Kind of made this checklist here. This goes over basically everything that I look for in a trade. I know it might seem like a lot, but this allows me to be very picky with what I take, especially with order flow, because you can get lost watching like the micro movements, and it's pretty draining if you're dialed in a little too much, right? So following this checklist or this guideline and rubric really helps me stay on track. So look for what the higher time frame is doing, right? What is it showing? Are we at a key level? Do we have a strong reaction, right? So for example, today's market, the higher time frame was putting in a lower high, so a bear structure. We were at a key level, which was Monday's high, right? We were dropping off of it. I would say like the context was maybe, I want to say like a 1 out of a 2, maybe a 2 out of a 2, based off of, the things that you look for. But for me, I want to say maybe like a 1.5. It wasn't the clearest in the moment, but looking back, I mean, obviously it looks like a 2. As far as like location, I look for, are we at a key level of interest? So are we at a supply or demand zone? Are we at a market structure zone? Are we at a previous day high, previous day low, open, close, right? Are we at VWAP? And we had all those things, right? Are we in an area of strong buying or strong selling, which is what we had on the drop and the retest as well. Again, for book map analysis, I want to see at least, 2-3 things line up. So we had the structural pattern, which is the lower highs getting put in, the absorption, the large buying. We had the large participant defending price. The only thing we didn't really have was the strong bids or strong offers, rebidding or reoffering, right? So that's something I was a little too laser focused on, but we had 3 other things, right? So that was a 2 out of a 2. The footprint analysis, I believe I look for B shapes, P shapes, right? Aggressive volume, no follow through. I look for the illiquidity, the volume tail. I look for a lot of B shape and P shape retest and things like that, or like strong volume retest with illiquidity type of things. So I believe that was a 2 out of a 2 as well in today's market. And the last thing I look for is the market conditions. So the market conditions I would give a 1 out of a 2. So, I mean, if I were to go back and rate my trade today, it would definitely be like an 8 or 9 out of a 10. Even regardless of how the volume, the volatility, and the momentum was, if I were to take out every single piece of emotion and just strictly go off of this sheet and what I've seen in today's market, now that I'm looking at it, it would definitely be an 8 or a 9 out of a 10. Now, the way I rated the setup this morning when I took it was more like a 6 or 7. And a lot of that was because of the market condition. And I was too biased on wanting to see a rebid or a reoffer. And it was a bit of an emotional kind of a thing. Like I was feeling a certain way about the market. I just didn't like it. So regardless of how I feel, this trade setup lines up, so I have to execute it the way I would execute it, right? And there are a lot of things that could have messed up my focus this morning. It could have been the long weekend I had, right? So I was gone in Vegas Thursday to Sunday, so that could have just kind of bled into my focus a bit. I wasn't as sharp as I needed to be. I didn't wake up, at 5 a.m. like I usually do. I'm in PST time, so I wake up 5:30, like 5:30, get ready for the market open at 6:30. But I woke up right at like 6:15, 6:20, so I woke up late. So I don't know, like there's just a lot of things that could have influenced my trading performance and also my decision from this morning. And that's why I made this checklist today, actually, is because of my performance based off of today. And that's also why I believe like losses are also a good thing. You just have to be optimistic or open-minded enough to be able to learn something out of each loss, or even like a break-even day or a draining day like today. So yeah, I made this checklist. If you guys want it, you guys could just comment on the video. I'll just send a link or just comment a link to give you guys access to this sheet. But I mean that's technically just everything that I saw from today. But if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to talk more about the market, or if you guys want to see more things, if you guys want to see me do these type of videos more often, just drop a comment as well. I'll be doing this a lot more often, so hopefully you guys enjoy it, learn a few things. But other than that, I'm gonna just get ready for tomorrow's market, and I'll be back with another review for tomorrow.